results of the referendum and to ask the governor to install all of the people who were on the ballot.
Huh?
Read it.
So, the,
Read it. It's to install everyone on the ballot. You know,
Even
you're
though
arguing
two who
over
were on the
semantics.
ballot did not want to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
Joyce, do you have anything else to finish present on the resolution
Yes.
before we get?
Okay. It indicates that we are asking the governor to install as RIOC directors all of the names of people. If we don't do that, then we're telling the governor we don't want those two people. Is that what you want?
Well, they don't want it.
They
Joyce,
don't
please.
want.
They do
want
not.
to
Please,
continue.
Joyce, finish up your presentation. Finish
He
your
doesn't
presentation.
understand.
I understand, and allow the discussion. Please
I
finish your
understand that they didn't submit
Please,
a
let's, Joyce,
petition.
finish your
They
presentation.
didn't follow the
And then
These
petition.
we'll
are
allow
names,
discussion.
let me see if I can make this clear, okay? The names that are on this list are the people, are the names that the RIRA is indicating to the governor that we wish to continue or be installed on the RIOC board. They are Lydia Tang, Brian Bauer, Mark Block, Mike Shimazaki, Eduardo Janey, Howard Polivy, and David Kraut.
Just so it's clear, the resolution reads, be resolved that the RIRA Common Council hereby authorizes sending the letter contained as set forth below to Governor Como, CCing the press and island legislators regarding the results of the referendum for filling the RIOC board expired seats. The text of the letter that's being requested to be approved is set forth below, where it says proposed text of letter. It reads, Dear Governor Como, on April 17 and 18, 2017, the Roosevelt Island Residents Association conducted a referendum to determine how the community would like the expired seats on the Roosevelt Island Operating Board filled. We understand that vetting by the state is an important part of the process, and we hope that the state will find the following community residents worthy of the task. The result of the community's vote, with 1 reflecting the highest vote and 7 reflecting the lowest, is as follows. 1, Lydia Tang, 2, Brian Bauer, 3, Mark Block, 4, Mike Shizaki, 5, Eduardo Janey, 6, Howard Polivy, 7, David Kraut. There are 7 expired seats on the board. We hope you will honor the community's wishes and appoint all 7 island residents to those expired seats. However, should you choose to install other individuals on the RIOC board, the community respectfully requests that you place them in the seats at the bottom of the list and move upward from that point. We sincerely thank you for considering the voice of the community regarding this important matter. That is the business conducted in front of me. I'll open the speakers list. Who wishes to speak on this item so I can understand the speakers list? So I've got Aaron, I've got Melissa, I've got Christopher. Who else? Right? Anyone else who wishes to be on the speakers list concerning this? Dave? Anyone else? Okay, Right, I have on the speakers list Aaron, Melissa, Christopher, Noah, Frank, and Dave, and Joyce. You each will have 2 minutes. Use them wisely. Aaron?
I'm going to offer an amendment, but let me just explain. We had a very good election. I'm calling it an election, sorry. It's my turn. A very good one, and Joyce deserves a lot of credit for pulling off a stunt that I never thought could happen. It was pretty impressive. However, the 2 names, last 2 bottom names on the ballot were really illegal, in my view, because they did not follow the announced nomination process, which meant they had to get their petition in, as Mike Shinazaki did, a current board member. They had to get it by the date set, and the last 2 never indicate anything. Therefore, I'm going to amend whatever Joyce wants to put through to say that we own, on the letter to the government, we only put the 5 top vote getters,
Right, so
not the entire, quote, slate, because it wasn't a real slate.
Okay, so I understand you're making a motion to amend the proposed text of the letter so that the names that will be reflected are the names 1 through 5. Lydia Tang, Brian Bauer, Mark Block, Mike Shinizaki, and Warren Char.
Correct.
Okay.
I second.
Okay, it's been seconded, so the amended resolution is now on. The next speaker on the speakers list is Melissa. I'm sorry? You can speak on the minute when we get to the speakers list. If you'd like to speak to that, I'll add you on there. So we're going through the speakers list.
Just a point of order question.
Yes.
So is it that you acknowledge that there's been a motion made, but you're going to take the motion and discussion for an amendment? You're going to take that motion and discussion after you exhausted the
Yes.
speakers list?
Right.
Okay. Just wanted-
Everyone do
Okay.
raise their
Got it.
hands to talk about the motion. I'd like to give them an opportunity to do so, and then at that point we'll begin the discussions concerning the amendment. Okay? Apologize if I wasn't clear about that. Melissa?
Thank you, because I also have an amendment to suggest. My suggestion would be removal of the sentence, the result of the community's vote, with 1 reflecting the highest vote count and 7 reflecting the lowest, is as follows. I would remove that sentence. I would remove the numbers next to people's names. I would remove the sentence, however, should you choose to install other individuals on the RIOC board, the community respectfully requests that you replace them in seats at the bottom of the list and move upward from that point. And unless approved by Mr. Pallavi and Mr. Kraut, their names should be removed. If they approve without the numbers and without those 2 sentences, then they should be left in.
All right, so you have, so Melissa has moved to further amend the resolution. I will call amendment number 2.
Could I hear that
Yes,
amendment?
can you just, one more time?
It would remove 2 sentences. The one that says the results of the community's vote,
Okay,
and the one that says, however, should you choose to install.
okay,
And it would remove the rank order, the numbers in front of the names.
And remove the 2 off the end.
Unless they agree to be listed on the letter, they should be removed.
okay. Is there a second for the amendment number 2? Okay, so amendment number 2 has been entered, so I'll be after. Okay, Christopher, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Not to complicate further, but another amendment from the suggestion. At the end of this, if we happen to still have numbers on that list, my impression is there was just a Microsoft thing that happened there. I'm guessing it starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes.
down to 7. Okay.
Page 22.
Yeah, no, that was in other
On the-
list, so.
Page 23.
Yeah, that was just an other list.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
That's all here. Okay, so that clerical error will be changed. I have Noah.
Yeah, I actually don't have a lot to add. Aaron and Melissa already suggested the amendments that I selected, so I would just agree with both of the statements that were made.
Can we ask, I would like to withdraw my second of Aaron's nomination, and I would think we should ask Aaron if he wants to withdraw his amendment in light of the new amendment that Melissa put forward.
Sure, so Aaron,
I can't because I don't agree with removing the votes
okay,
of the order of the, 1 to 5, whatever. So
She said the number is not the order.
well, I don't agree with removing them.
so are you,
I'm withdrawing my second.
So,
you're drawing your second to Aaron,
So unless somebody else seconds.
I'll second. I want them both.
All right, so the first, if you all recall, please, if you all recall, the way this goes, we'll work our way backwards, right? To the amendments. So Aaron's is the last amendment that if everything else fails, then it gets to that. All right, the next speaker on the speakers list is, Frank, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I'm glad I heard a lot of discussion ahead of me, because I think it was helpful. I have a hard time cleaning this up. However, I do like Aaron's amendment, which, as far as I can see, what I heard, okay, my personal interpretation, is that we're getting rid of Pallavi and Kraut on the list, and structure, getting rid of the numbers, and that's about it. And I think both of those make sense, which would leave it with the sentence gone, the 5 candidates, okay, and then the next sentence gone. And I think we can get both in there, and I think that builds the best consensus on this and avoids many of the pitfalls.
Okay, so I have Dave and I have Joyce. Dave?
President, to save time, I will agree to combine my amendment with the list. So now,
Well, let's wait, let's get through this and then let's figure out how we're gonna do this. So Dave?
Yes, well, after listening to the discussion, I'm not sure I need to say anything. However, I admit I'm just a tad confused. Are we suggesting that we remove Mr. Colby and Mr. Kraut because we did not follow, because the proper procedures were not followed?
yes,
Is that basically the suggestion that's on the table?
yes.
At the end of the day, the resolution is what it's going to be playing with the meeting, so for whatever reasons people vote for whatever reasons people agree to to amendment of the resolution, if it's for that reason or whatnot, that's okay. But that is, the resolution will be submitted as it will be amended.
Well, my understanding is that, by the way, I understand the technical matter, but I'd also like to say for the record that I'm quite pleased with the board as it is. I know people have to move on, but I've enjoyed this board as it stands. But everything can come to an end. I understand that.
All right, Joyce, you have 2 minutes.
I think that there's something here that folks do not understand, and that's how the RIOC board positions get filled. Okay? This is extremely important for you to understand because it's not what you think it is. The governor has the right to put 7 people on that board. Our community, okay, he is only required to put 5 people that are Roosevelt Island residents on the board. He doesn't have to go with the people on this list. If he's got 5 names of Roosevelt Islanders that he wants on that board that aren't on your list, he's perfectly within his right to put them on this board. He also has the right to take people who have nothing to do with Roosevelt Island, they don't live here, and he can put them in those positions. If you fail to ask him, yes, he does.
In the
This is the way it works.
Joyce has the floor. Allow her to continue.
Okay. This is the way it works, and I think you don't understand how treacherous what you're asking for is. If you do not ask for 7 Roosevelt Islanders to be on that board, you give him carte blanche to put non-Roosevelt Islanders. He has it anyway, but at least if you ask him for 7 Roosevelt Islanders, you at least have a better chance of having 7 Roosevelt Islanders. It was not to put, okay, when you say take Howard and David off that list, you're saying the community doesn't want Howard and David.
Okay, thank you.
And therefore, it is not in the best, it is not what the community has said.
Thank you, Joyce. I have